right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sanusi Vision Out Life. My name is Adewale Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, I'm gonna talk about Ironman. I kind of want to pick up where I left off from last episode when I talked about Blade. So I'm gonna talk about some of my favorite superheroes, individual podcasts. Today, I want to continue with Ironman. He's my second favorite superhero. That's not in the Cardiac Assassins universe. Yeah, Cardiac Assassins. My character's right here. But if you're not in the Cardiac Assassins universe, some superheroes I love, man. Blade is 1, Iron Man is 2, Wolverine is 3, so Green Lantern, Storm, Black Panther, Batman, just to name a few. But today it's going to be strictly focused on Iron Man. But before we get into this podcast, I want to thank our sponsors. This Sanusi Vision podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting. Growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadale Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadale Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. As with A4 Capital Consulting, like I told y'all, they're coming out with the new podcast soon, so they're working on it. They're going to put it together. Once it gets here, it's going to be on and popping. It's going to teach you how to take your business to the next level, so get ready for that. But also, too, as I talk about Anadale Foot and Ankle all the time, custom orthotics, man. There's nothing worse than buying generic foot care for your feet. I'd rather get the custom orthotics that are suited to my exact feet. Go to the right location, Anadale Foot and Ankle. They've been, for the second year in a row, one of the best locations for foot care in the Dallas, Texas area. So please check them out. The Frisco, Dallas, Texas area. They are awesome and fantastic. So AnadaleCenter.com, y'all. AnadaleCenter.com. Custom orthotics, y'all. Get your own. These are designed to my feet specifically, and they go in every pair of batas that I wear. As you all know, batas is my footwear line. You know what I mean? So, y'all, AnadaleCenter.com, man. So, as I stated before today, man, I want to talk about that Iron Man. And I love me some Iron Man. You know what I mean? Let me bust out this poster real quick before we get this party going. I want to show y'all some art, because I love me some Iron Man. And I mean, I do love me some Iron Man. As a kid growing up, he was my favorite superhero. He was one of my favorite superheroes. He's my favorite Avenger without question. So this is two different variations of Iron Man I've drawn. Of course, this one on the left, of course, is my favorite. Then this is the other one that I've drawn. I drew this one first. I was like, oh, it's all right. Then I was like, look, I can do something better. So I did. I mean, that Iron Man, this is sick, man. When I say I love Iron Man, I love me some Iron Man. Iron Man is all that and 3 bags of chips. So today, I'm going to focus on some things that I want to talk about in terms of Iron Man. I'm going to focus on his tech, the history, the movies, the animation. Just like Iron Man is just one of the sickest characters, of course. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to break it down for y'all. His real name, of course, I ain't got to tell you. Everybody knows his real name, because I'm putting this back in these sleeves. This is what I take to the art shows with me, y'all. And I got to protect all my drawings, right? So Iron Man, as you know, real name, Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying? AKA the coolest Avenger on the Avengers. I don't care what anybody says. Of course, he's a master creator is what I think of him as. He's a guy who creates armor, of course. His tech being the primary thing, from his armor modulations to the different array of things that his suit can do. God, this guy is so sick. He's got repulsor rays. He's got this thing called proton cannon, which was something that was available on the video game. He's got and then from Iron Man 1 all the way through Avengers Endgame, you got to see the different variations of his armor, and you got to see in Endgame that his armor became nanotech, which means it could activate on command, on mental command. How sick is that, man? As you can see in Avengers Endgame, he builds this time portal so they can go back in the past and save the universe. I mean, his armor has always been the coolest thing about it. And what I love about Iron Man's armor is he built it himself. Like, he literally, while in a cave, I mean, just like you watching the Iron Man 1. Except the difference between Iron Man 1 and the animated series, that in animated series, he was captured in the Himalayas by Mandarin and made to build an armor so Mandarin could take over the world. Whereas in the movie, he was captured by the Ten Rings. In order to escape, he has to, instead of building missiles, he decides to build armor. And from there, he decides to create the Mark II armor, which has everything. Flight. Of course, different variants of technology. X-ray technology. Just all this different cool stuff. I mean, Iron Man's technology is just off the chain. I think that's really what makes him totally different from any other character. Like Technoman his armor is more. I don't explain it. It's more coming from his body. Whereas Iron Man literally built a suit that he can get into, and so he can go defend the world. I mean, Iron Man 1 was so amazing. You know what? Y'all give me a second because I'm gonna look for this because I'm gonna have to show this to y'all eventually. So I don't want to have to go be looking for it. So I'm glad I can find this right now. You know what I mean? Iron Man. Oh my God, Iron Man is just, his technology is just probably the sickest thing about him, and it's the things that he can do. He's got the Hulk Buster. He's got the submarine armor. He's got underwater armor. He's got lava armor. If you ever watched the anime series from the 90s, his armor could do a bunch of stuff, man. Aside from flight, offers an enhancement of strength. It's just a sick old armor, sick costume. And his technology is really what gives him the advantage over his enemies, whether it's Crimson Dynamo or Mandarin himself or the various enemies that the Avengers face together. I can't wait till maybe if they reboot it again, maybe they'll have him going against the Mandarin this time for real, so we can actually feel like we're watching the anime series again. But yo, his tech is just off the chain. Next up, the history of Iron Man. Okay, so Iron Man, basically Anthony B. Stark, he's the son of Howard Stark, who's also a genius himself, who creates all these different technologies. And so then when Howard Stark and Mary Stark get killed, Tony's little, but then when he gets older, as he gets captured by, as you see in the movie or the anime where he gets captured, he builds his armor. Why? Because he gets captured in his suit. The armor is designed to save his life, actually. That's what the armor really is. That's the technology of the armor, to save his life. Because he was, well, based on the part 1 of Iron Man, and also too, because in the animated series it wasn't like that. It was just armor he built. But he builds the armor, and then he decides that he's going to save the world. And by doing so, he creates all these different enemies, whether it's Mandarins and his minions, Blizzard, Dread Knight, Grey Gargoyle, Hypnotia, Living Laser, or whether it's even the characters from even Ironmonger, right? Because a lot of people don't know this, but in the old comics, Ironmonger is actually a character. They didn't just make it up. He was actually Obadiah Stane in the comics, and he tried to kill Iron Man by creating his own armor first. So he steals Iron Man's technology, creates the Iron Man Warmonger armor, and then Iron Man's forced to fight this guy. So Iron Man's history of the thing is like really like long. He's been around since the 1960s. I believe is when Iron Man was actually born. When Stan Lee created the character with another gentleman. It might have been Jack Kirby. I think so, but the 1960s and the various comics from the 1960s up until now, totally night and day. You know what I mean? Believe me, the armor did not look like this. You know what I mean? But it looked more like what you saw in Iron Man 1. And that was what's cool about Iron Man. You got to see the various great improvements as he made as he built the armor, right? Because a lot of people, and also too, yes, very little people know in the movies, in the animated series, Iron Man was a bit of an alcoholic. I guess it was his way of dealing with his parents passing, because he was really young when he lost his parents. He's sort of like, Iron Man to me has always been Marvel's Batman. Except the difference between Batman and Iron Man is that Iron Man wears armor, Batman doesn't wear armor. That's how I've always felt. Iron Man is Marvel's Batman. You know what I mean? I think that's why both characters are very great in their own individual rights, right? But Iron Man, I love Iron Man more than I like Batman. You know what I mean? But Iron Man is just the armor man. And I can't tell you how much influence he has on me. Look, you can even see him on my t-shirt. There goes Iron Man right there. And this is my Cajun character. My character Cajun that I based on me. A lot of similarities between Blade and Iron Man, I got it from them. Because I loved Iron Man so much. Like, the history of this guy is like, I think the movies did a great job of building him. And I'm glad we got to see him from a kid all the way to grown up. Even the animated series, Earth's Avengers Assemble, you got to see it there too. His father, like I said, the history is really complicated. It's not like the movies where, in part 2, where Nick Fury comes in and says, this is what your father built, figure out the solution, figure out the next element. It wasn't like that. Tony kind of was, honestly speaking, I feel like he was more genius than his father, Howard Stark, who wasn't no slouch. Because this dude started the Shield with Agent Carter. You know what I mean? And so, like, Howard Stark is the reason why Captain America even had the shield in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So all these different technologies Howard created, Tony just built on top of it, right? And so he kind of learned he had a tumultuous relationship with his father. They didn't really get along, maybe because Howard was so damn busy trying to save the world, and so interacted. But as Tony built the armor, he kind of found his place himself, and so he became entrenched with his armor, just became obsessed with it, just like you see in Iron Man 1. I mean, Iron Man's history is like dark, but they didn't make it dark like Batman's dark, and they both experienced the same kind of thing, except Winter Soldier killed Tony Stark's parent. Batman's parents were killed by this crook on the street. You know what I mean? But Iron Man, God, he's so sick. Next up, the movies. Of course, I'm going to show y'all the animated stuff and the movies. Iron Man 1. A lot of people don't know this. Well, some people do, but Iron Man 1 is the first Marvel cinematic movie made by the Marvel Universe. They literally were production was done on Marvel Studios. Prior to that, Blade was done with New Line Cinema and different companies. Or The Punisher, the first Marvel movie, was done, I can't remember who that was done with, but when they got to Iron Man, that was straight Marvel Studios. It was Marvel Studios' first movie. It made 600 plus, I think 700 million worldwide, globally. It was such a sick movie. I was so blown away. Like, Iron Man 1 was sick. Iron Man 2 was okay. Iron Man 3, I can't watch that ever again. I mean, that's the only thing about they almost ruined my favorite Marvel character, man. My second favorite Marvel character. I mean, Iron Man 3 was not that good, but Iron Man 1 was so sick. It was precise. Yes, and they had to tell the story in a way where somebody like me who knows about the Iron Man history and somebody who doesn't know about the Iron Man history was both able to watch it. Iron Man movie was so sick. God, it was sick. Like, the best thing was the transformation sequence, right? When he puts on the armor. You know, speaking of the armor, shoot. Let me see if I can find it. I think this is the best transformation sequence I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of superhero movies, but this was ridiculous. I mean, damn. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I better be able to get this. Getting a commercial. Guardians of the Galaxy. This is what happens when you use YouTube to get your videos. I mean, this, by far, to me, is the greatest superhero transformation thing I've ever seen. That's, like I said, the movie was just sick. I mean, it was so sick. Like, I was very impressed for the fact that they came all the way back from the comics. And this is what happens when you have a great visionary like Jon Favreau directing it. I loved Iron Man 1. God. And if you're wondering who Jon Favreau is, yes, he's the guy who played Happy in Iron Man movies, and also he played in Spider-Man movies. Yes. Let me see if I can play this for y'all. God, this is so sick. Man, that's Iron Man 1, man. That movie was so sick. And I think what made Iron Man really cool was the fact that Iron Man's from California. You got Batman who's from New York. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just cool. God, the movie was so sick. And then Iron Man 2 was great. And I liked it because they had War Machine in it. And what a lot of people don't know is that War Machine is actually... The War Machine armor was actually just armor for Iron Man. But I guess when they want to expand, they decided they want to make Iron Man also be able to have like more options. So they decided, you know, we need more characters. Let's make James Rhodes War Machine, which made a lot of sense. If you never watched the animated series, I'm going to show y'all as I get to the animation portion of this podcast. I'm going to show y'all the animated stuff. God, Iron Man movies, I was so blown. You should have seen me at the theaters when I was with my brother. He was like, who is this dude I'm sitting next to? Because I was just so blown away by the fact that they put this much time to create that little armor sequence thing I just showed y'all. Like, Iron Man movie is my second favorite superhero movie. Of course, you got Blade 1 and then got Iron Man 1. Like I said, Iron Man 2 was good, but it wasn't as good. I think the things that I loved about Iron Man 2 was the fact that there was, of course, the armor changing sequence when they were in the middle of the car racing in Iron Man 2. Monte Carlo, and then Black Lash comes in and tears them up, and then he's got to save the day. That briefcase transformation sequence reminded me of the cartoon. Like, I lost it when I saw that. I was like, damn. Even on Saturdays, like what I just showed you with the video, I watch it just so I can think of animation transformation sequences for my characters. it inspires me so much, man. Like, I can't wait to the point where one day I'm looking forward to and I can take my characters, the Cards of Assassin universe, and give them such a sick old transformation sequence. And I've already worked on it already. Like, I got so inspired by that, man. You know what I mean? So the Iron Man movies were off the chain. The Avengers movies, God, Iron Man was so sick in the Avengers movies. I can't tell you how furious I was when he lost to Captain America in Civil War. I was like, man, the only reason why Captain America won that fight because it's called Captain America Civil War. This is a bunch of BS. How is Captain America going to beat Iron Man? Really? Man, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? But the movies were so good. Endgame. I already knew he was going to die in Endgame because based on the animated series of Avengers Assemble. He makes that sacrifice. If you've never seen Avengers Assemble, please go see it. It's the coolest Avengers series ever. I don't know. It's a tie between the Earth's Mightiest Heroes and Avengers Assemble. Both are great animated series. They're both different styles of art. I mean, you just have to decide who you think. I think Avengers Assemble is better. You know what I mean? But yo, Iron Man movies, they off the chain. They are sick with it. Next up, animation series. God, animated movies. Anything Iron Man, I probably got it, man. I don't play when it comes to Iron Man. Iron Man right here. The Iron Man movie. This was made in. Let me see here. This was 2007. So 2007 animated movie. Basically, this plot is about Iron Man going back to Asia and trying to prevent Mandarin from being resurrected. I mean, it's just sick as hell. Then of course you got. Of course, I got to play all the anime. I mean, I'm going to show y'all. You've got Iron Man from the 1990s. You've got Iron Man Season 2, Armored Avengers. And I'm going to show y'all 3 different intros, man. Iron Man cartoon series, which is, oh my God.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, these are going to...
Here we go again with another commercial. God, give me a break with these. Whenever I go on YouTube, that's what I get. You know, I got to come up with ways to be showing y'all videos where I don't have to worry about playing commercials. You know what I mean? But yo, Iron Man animated series, oh my God. This cartoon was so sick. Let me see if I'm gonna play for y'all. Y'all give me a second. I'm getting this thing together. This is gonna be sick. Y'all wait till y'all see this. For a lot of y'all, and the sad part is a lot of people don't even know the animated series existed. Man, and that was season 1. I can't tell y'all how much that inspired me when I created the Cards of Assassin universe. God, I love me some Iron Man. Now I'm going to show you another Iron Man intro from season 2 of Iron Man, of the same animated series from the 1990s. Man, that was fire, man. The season 2 intro is not as... I think season 1 intro is sicker than season 2. But hey, you know, that's for you to decide. Now that's season 2. That's season 2 intro. Now I'm gonna show you another one, and this one's called Iron Man Adventures, Armored Adventures. Excuse me. And basically, the premise of that one is basically it's more of a, how can I explain it? It's more of a CGI type of. It's a different type of animation. Whereas it's more not mod. It's more of a, like, something like, how can I explain it? Like you're watching I'm trying to think, Shrek or something. That kind of technology. CGI. It's very more realistic, but it's so sick. Armored Adventures, and basically the premise of it is a young Tony Stark in his teens builds the armor, builds a suit, Iron Man armor, and has to defend the city from Obadiah Stane and his schemes. And his friends Pepper Potts and James Rose, who are also teenagers themselves, and he builds Pepper finally an armor at the end of the season 2. But then a War Machine building the War Machine armor, and then they fight Mandarin, who's actually a student just like them. It was a trip, man. I gotta show you all this right here. Iron Man Armored Adventures, man, it was sick. Iron Man has been in so many animated. He's had so many animated things. Avengers, he's been a part of that. I mean, he's just a vast character, man. Let me see. I gotta get you all this right here. This is sick.
He's a man on a mission in armor of high-tech ammunition. Trapped on the edge of an endless game. His teenage life will never be the same. In a dangerous world, he does all he can. He's
Man, y'all, real talk. Marvel should spend no expense in treating Iron Man the same way Batman the way DC treats Batman. That's probably the only knock I got against Marvel. They don't put enough emphasis on Iron Man. Like, there should be an animated series every year, all the time, every time. We shouldn't be thinking about Iron Man. We should know anything Iron Man is coming down the pipeline. I mean, dude, the animated series was so sick. If you've never seen that thing, it's available on YouTube. I don't know how many episodes you can find, but yo, oh God, it was so damn good. Hold on, y'all. I got more animation to show y'all. Y'all know this is, man, I'm about to show y'all a whole bunch of everything. Shoot. Man, y'all know how I go. Y'all give me a second. I got to show y'all this. A lot of people don't have this. You know what? I don't think I have it here. Oh, yes I do. And I didn't think I did, but I do. Yo, Avengers, more Iron Man. Ultimate Avengers 2. And you know, anybody who's seen this know the premise. Of course, this first one, they have to sort of stop the Hulk. On this one, they go to Wakanda to help Black Panther against Clive. You know what I mean? God, Iron Man, he's such a vast character. There's no reason, none. Marvel has no reason not to have to make sure that this character is always available to us. So, you know, Iron Man's one of the sickest characters in Marvel history. Iron Man should be, there should be movies, animated movies, just like they do Batman. There's no reason. He's got so many enemies. Mandarin, AIM. He can join forces with the Avengers. Whatever. Just give us animated movies, man. The last animated movie I remember Marvel making for Iron Man, right here, 2007. Are you kidding me? This is Iron Man. And then the last animated series was in 2012, that Armored Avengers. Are you kidding me? Heck no. Iron Man is the all day, every day for Marvel. So y'all know how I feel about Iron Man. Y'all know I love me my Iron Man. I can't help myself. You know what I mean? But there's no excuse, man. Marvel ain't got no kind of excuse. There's no excuse for not having Iron Man popping all the time. You know what I mean? So y'all, that's our show for today. But before we get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? I can't believe Marvel should treat Iron Man just like Batman. Every year, animated series, period. No questions asked. You know what I mean? Y'all give me a second, man. I'm over here, like my computer over there trying to lock out. I can't be having that, man. I might have to get y'all some information. But you know what I mean? But like I said, today's episode was Iron Man. He's an amazing character. Let me see if I got him on my banner. Where I got Iron Man on my banner? Let me look. Right here. Hold on. He's not on this banner. What? Are you kidding me? Must be on my other bigger one. But yo, Iron Man, my favorite Marvel character without question. My second favorite Marvel character without question. My second favorite superhero that's not in the Cards of Assassin universe. Iron Man's sick, man. He's just off the chain. So, you know, Marvel, you need to treat Iron Man the same way DC treats Batman. We got to have an animated movie every single year. Don't play with us, man. So, y'all, that concludes our show. But before we get up out of here, we want to show you. I always got to show y'all some new products. What we got going on the website. The Batas 2 high tops. Now, a lot of people prefer low tops, but I love the high tops These are the platinum high tops right here. These are for individuals who consider themselves to be collectors. And maybe you just want it for general wear. I wear these babies once in a blue moon. As you can see, they look brand new still. And I've had them for a while. You know what I mean? The Batas too. And the thing about my shoes is that I created shoes that are custom, but they look like a mural. And I've got art on both sides. You will never see shoes like this with this much detail. You know what I mean? Look at this shoe. It's completely different from the other one. You know what I mean? It's just sick, man. I make sick stuff. I can't tell you how many times I'm walking in the store or going somewhere and people are like, man, those are sick. And people can see it. You know what I mean? So sick. You got high tops right here. But some people prefer the low tops. So guess what? We got those for you too. You know what I mean? If you prefer low tops, you go there right there. You know what I mean? Low tops available. And the cool thing about our website, my website, we've always got coupons. We got a coupon for you for every month. It always goes through the whole month. So you go buy it at your convenience. Look at this, man. The art. I told y'all, I always got art all over the place. This is what we do right here. Look at this. The art on the inside. Shoelace over there trying to come loose. You know what I mean? But the art's always different, man. Look at this. I don't do the same. I make sure you get your money's worth. I spent so many hours designing these kicks, man. I mean, low tops, it depends on what you like, man. Everybody's got a different preference. So, you know, high tops or low tops, Batas too, high tops or low tops. We got the basics ones on, then we got the customs too. I'm going to show y'all one more time so y'all can see them. You know what I mean? We got the high tops right here, and they got the low tops right here. So, you know, Batas too, Sanusi.com. Go get your pair today. You know what I'm saying? And start looking cool right here and join the movement, man, because a bunch of people buying those Batas, man. And a lot of people are buying them. What I'm noticing is to collect them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm growing as a brand, and I'm growing as an artist. People want to be like, I want to hold on to this. Like, yo, one day this is going to be worth a lot. So, you know, that's what we're doing over here at Sanusi Vision. So, y'all, before we get up out of here, I always like to talk about the Cardiac Assassins comic book. The book, the first official Cardiac Assassins comic book is coming. It is so sick. It is so sick. I'm very proud of it. Like, I'm through the correction phase now, and then once you get through doing all that, you have to do a bunch of paperwork and stuff like that. They can get out, but it's coming, man. It's going to be fire. It's going to be a game changer. So, but before you get the actual comic book, the first official one, you got to go get you this book of this book right here. The Cardiac Assassins bio comic book. This tells you about all the characters, height, weight, where they're from, and all that kind of good stuff. I'm not going to give y'all all the whole story, but, you know, I mean, just to get you a sample of what it looks like, you know what I mean? And then, of course, you got the assassins right there. You know what I mean? You gotta go get a copy of this book, because it's gonna help you to understand the characters. You know what I mean? And the Cardiac Assassins. So that way, when you buy the first official Cardiac Assassins, comic book, you ain't really shocked about what you're reading. You understand the characters, because you're not gonna know everything, because I haven't really revealed everything. So, y'all, that's what's up for today, and that's our show for today. So I want to thank y'all for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Boke Jr. Please check out our website, Sanusi.com, for all the cool stuff I just showed you. The Batas 2 footwear I just showed you, but we got the Batas 1 as well. Some people prefer the classics. We got all kinds of cool stuff: phone cases, travel neck pillows, glasses cases, bucket hats, baseball caps, leggings for the ladies, sweatpants for dudes. We got all kinds of cool stuff on there, man. We got hoodies right here, or you can go get your all-star t-shirt. You can see all the superheroes that I've drawn. You know what I mean? It's just, everything's custom. The new thing we got on there now is these t-shirts that have my pencil sketches on there. Go check that out, man. Sanusivision.com. Everything on there is straight fire, y'all. And y'all, please check out our podcast and subscribe to our podcast on our YouTube channel. That's where we moved the entire podcast. You can listen to it. And think about podcasts now. People want to see and hear you. So I'm going to be on YouTube, and I've got a lot of traction going there. So y'all check out our podcast, subscribe to it, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. You know what I'm saying? Keep that energy to yourself. And please check out our social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all at Sanusi Vision. The game is social media. You got to get with it. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, those are the 3 big dogs. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got Twitter and Instagram. You can use them too. You know what I mean? So check us out on all those platforms. Subscribe to us and give us nothing but great ratings. 5 stars only, man. You know what I mean? And please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.